Welcome to Gold Nugget. If this is your first time to the channel, let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. And indeed, it is a growth path because for me, it is moving from not knowing how to getting it done. Many of us as individuals, we have dreams, we have visions, we just see ourselves in certain places doing certain things, but we never seek to a matter of fact, we can't see how to get from where we are to that place. It's a challenge. We don't know how. But in this nugget, I hope I can share a few things with you. And in sharing it, you will see that why I mentioned that this channel is a growth part. It comes down to us applying the stuff that we have heard, put them into practice. In other words, putting effort to visualization and getting done that which we have in our hearts to do. Having said that, let me thank all the individuals who have already subscribed to the channel, who have helped the channel to grow over the 100 subscriber mark. You know, there are many individuals, when I started the channel, told me that, this won't work. People want entertainment. They don't want encouragement or the way you do it, right? Nobody will listen to it that way. And a lot of individuals say that people who go into YouTube channels, they go into it just to see how much subscriber they can make and grow the channel into getting money. But can I say this to you? If at the end of the day, you can text me or leave a comment under one of these nuggets and say, hey, JAW, guess what? Because you said this in X or Y nugget, I have put into practice my life and following my dreams and chasing after them. And because you were encouraging me to do this, I have done it, then trust me, I would have felt so good even if I don't end up making any financial return from this channel. It's just a pleasure helping individuals to come out of their low place. All right. So I want to welcome you. Thank you again, subscribers. And if you are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please click the subscription button. Leave comments, like, share, and turn on your notification bell so that you can be in the thick of things when I upload a video. Now, don't want to make this nugget any longer than it should. But I want to look at not knowing how to knowing what to do, or ending up in a place of sufficiency and effectiveness. Now, when I started this channel a year and a half ago, it was my desire just to share nuggets. But one of the things that I have learned in the process of sharing nuggets is that you have to develop yourself. You have to grow. No one else is going to take the responsibility to grow you. So if there is anything that I want to say in moving from not knowing how to know how, is developing that desire in yourself to grow yourself. And this means that outside of knowing where you want to go, you have got to look at all the other factors. There are some of us who, when we look at the road or the bridge leading to where we want to go, the only connection we see is money. And once we start to see money as the only connector, everything else start to fail. Why? Because we only start to focus on what we don't have. I was taught that the rich do not focus on money. They focus on the other factors, because having developed the other factors properly and well, money will come. So moving from where we want to be to where we should be, we should now be looking at all the other factors. For me, moving to the place of becoming a teacher, moving to the place of being invited to speak on Mindcast or to be able to go to gatekeepers or any of these public speaking stage or forum, I realized that I have to be able to own my craft, develop my own style, do the research, learn the particular pathways and walk through them. Eventually, I will make connection with the people who will help me to be on those stages. But until then, what is in my own hands to do until I get to that point? Let me say this to you. Sometimes we will never get to where we should go because we have not done our part. Do your part. Money is not the only factor, as I said before. There are several others. What are the factors that you have? What are the things that you need to do in your own space to get to where you need to go? All right, let's just say you have already developed the skill to get you to the next level, but you're now waiting on the money to get you over the bridge. Let's just say that. We are taught that our credit rating is the most valuable thing in the world of finance. Nobody will lend you any money. Nobody will support you if you have bad credit. But can I tell you this? In chasing your dream, and this is one of the most painful part of learning and development for me, because I was one who was brought up in situation where we always have lack of money and money was always not there and being poor. So when I got to a place where I started to earn a little, I forced myself into being safe. I don't borrow because for me, if I borrow, I will have to pay it back. And every time you borrow, you have to pay back interest and all of those kind of stuff. And in a world of uncertainty, when there is hardly any job and all of those kind of stuff, I was afraid that, if I borrow, don't have any work, that everything that I have worked for up to this point would have been lost. But can I tell you this? If you have to borrow and put your credit rating in a bad position to get you over the bridge, to get you to the next stage that you have to go, then you just have to do it. Now, if we are not prepared, getting from not knowing how to know how or to getting it done, we're going to have to make some painful decision. And one of those painful decisions is sometimes running the risk of losing everything we have worked for already to gain everything that we need to get. And so I want to say to you in this nugget, move from the stage of just thinking about it. The mind doesn't play tricks. So when we visualize something without putting in the effort, without reading the books, doing the necessary research, without sitting down and writing the paper, well, then again, you can't sit upright. You have to sit. So I don't know why us Jamaicans always say sit down, like you can sit up or something. Anyway, that's beside the point. What I want to say to you in this nugget is, look, you must do the work. You must put in your part. You must do your research. I said that before. You must put in your effort. You must do your own investment in you. Many of the individuals that you see out there practicing their craft and earning millions, some of us will think that, yeah, they got the contract, that was it. No, a lot of them behind the scene go to vocal coaches each week. A lot of them behind the scene still take lessons, whether it be piano lessons, keyboard lessons, guitar lessons, drumming lessons. They still have to be doing their part behind the scene. Let me say this to you. A lot of the individuals you see with millions, even they themselves have to consistently do research. And what do I say? If, let's say American Idol, if they do not discover a new contestant and draw people to the stage to do the audition and all of those things with the hope of promising somebody that if you get to this stage then you will make it big, a lot of these individuals, they have to fork out the money in order to make money. If they're not into entertainment and they're into technology, they have to fork out the money to make the new technology, to do the research. So it is behind the scene. What are you doing behind the scene to get you to where you should be? Are you reading the right books? Are you listening to the right individual? And better yet, are you sitting each day investing in yourself? How much do you invest in yourself each day? And when I say how much, I'm not talking money. I'm talking, do you stop watching even this YouTube channel for a while? Go write down what you set out, it's in your mind to do, and drawing lines and arrows as to how you are going to accomplish it. And then starting to work on each of those lines. Without doing that, what will happen is that your vision will stay in your head and you will visualize yourself into frustration. The mind doesn't play games. So anytime our mind give us something to do or say to us, you can accomplish this or you can do it, and we do not put the work in, then our minds cause us to become frustrated. Frustration is having the ability and the insight to do and to accomplish, but not putting in the effort or the work to get it done. Can I say this to you? I think I've said it in one nugget before. If we work at it, it will work. And so, again, I draw a reference to this channel. When I started out, the first nugget I put out simply says, this is my first. And now, I think I'm about 100 nuggets now. Each one had to take me a little time to read, to think. And little by little, the channel has grown to over 100 subscribers. So, putting in the work. So if we are not willing to put in the work, we will never know how. And when we don't know how, we will never reach sufficiency. So I am saying to you, if you're going to be sufficient, then you have to put in the work. So to come from visualization to actualization, there is a bridge called work. The bridge is not called money. If you have talent, your talent can be developed. And once the talent is developed, it will attract the money. Sometimes we tend to want to see the chicken. We ask the question, is it the chicken or the egg? Can I tell you, it's the chicken that comes first, because in every chicken, there are more than one egg. And you will say, but in every egg, there is more than one chicken. No, in every egg, there is only one chicken. All right. But in every chicken, there is more than one egg. So put the chicken in place so that when you're finished, the eggs will start rolling out. And then out of those eggs, when you get the one chicken, you will begin to have other eggs out of them. So until you start to see where you need to work, which is put the chicken in place, which is the other things, the sitting up late at nights doing the reading, writing the paper, going to the classes, running the extra mile. Without doing those things, put your credit rating at risk, so to speak. Take the loan with a knowledge that you're not taking the loan to put on a pot, as my grandmother would say. Never borrow money to put on a pot, but borrow money to invest into something that will give you return to pay it back. And if there's anything I want to say to you in this nugget, to move from not knowing how to know how takes risk, takes effort, takes sitting down on your pride, so to speak, and going out on a limb, doing the extra things. This is JAW saying to you, thank you for joining me on this growth path. Let's grow together. Let's see what we will become what we will be doing in another year or two if we just simply invest 1 hour into training our minds, developing our thoughts in the next coming set of months. God bless you. Bye.